She thought he was just a lost, homeless man. She offered him shelter one rainy night, but one morning, everything changed. Who was this man? Why had he chosen her? And what secret had he hidden all along? This is the story of Zanella, a young woman in the heart of Lagos, Nigeria. Living alone in a modest one-room flat her mother left behind, Zanelli worked part-time at a fabric stall in Balogan Market and tutored children in the evenings. Her income was meager, but she managed her life with dignity. Her flat was small, the paint peeling from the walls, the fan groaning with every rotation. But it was home. Her room had a bookshelf her mother made, filled with old Yoruba storybooks, a small prayer mat by the window, and a mirror that had lost its shine. Every morning, she woke up before sunrise, recited her prayers, and then started preparing for the day. She would fry a small piece of akara, drink a cup of hot cocoa, and pack a tiffin for work. Life was tough, but she had learned to live within her means. Her dreams were big, but the world seemed too busy to notice a girl like her. One night, heavy rain lashed against the window panes. The sky roared with thunder as electricity flickered off. Zanelli lit a kerosene lamp and sat on her mat, reviewing her notes. A sudden knock on the door startled her. She froze. The knock came again, softer this time. "Who could it be in this storm?" she whispered. She walked to the door, hesitated, then opened it slightly. A frail old man stood outside. His clothes were soaked. His beard was gray and tangled. He looked up with weary eyes. "Daughter, just a place to sit until the storm ends. I won't trouble you." Zanelli looked at him for a moment. Something about him felt honest. She stepped aside and said, "Come in, Baba." He entered quietly and sat in a corner. He didn't ask for food. He didn't ask for money. Zanelli brought him a towel and a spare wrapper. He shivered, wrapping it around his shoulders. She poured him a cup of hot tea and gave him some yam porridge from her dinner. He whispered, "May the ancestors bless your heart." That night, he slept on the floor near the door. In the morning, before she woke up, he had gone. No goodbye, no trace, just the folded wrapper left neatly. But the next night, he returned. And the next. It became a quiet routine. Every night, the old man came. Every night, Zanelle offered him shelter. He never gave his name, so she started calling him Baba Ade. Neighbors began to talk. "Why do you let a stranger stay in your home every night? Zanelle, you live alone. It's unsafe." But Zanelle always replied, "If I were lost in a storm, wouldn't I want someone to open their door?" Zanelle wasn't rich. She cooked simple meals. Sometimes there was barely enough for herself, but somehow she always kept one extra morsel for Baba Ade. Sometimes they spoke. He would tell her Yoruba proverbs. She would listen and smile. She once asked him, "Baba Adi, don't you have a family?" He looked away, sighed deeply, and said, "Not anymore, my child. Life took them from me." She didn't press further, but in her heart, she wondered what his story truly was. Who had he loved? What had he lost? She noticed that Baba Ade had a way of observing people. He sat quietly, yet noticed everything, from the sound of the rain against zinc roofs to the way children played with bottle tops. Once he said to her, "Kindness is like the shade of an iroko tree. You never know who needs it until they sit beneath it." One day, Baba Ade didn't come. Zanelli waited, but he didn't return that night or the next. She checked the mosque courtyard, the roads near Tafawa Balewa Square, even the alley behind the market. No sign. Her heart ached. She had grown used to his quiet presence. Days passed. Then, one afternoon, she came home from work and saw a letter slid under her door. No name, just a neat white envelope. Inside, room 604, Echo Pearl Hotel, 5 p.m. today. Please come alone. Her breath caught. She had never been to a hotel in her life. She looked at the letter again. What could it mean? At 4:30 p.m., she wore her cleanest Ankara dress, took a deep breath, and boarded a Kiki Napep. Her hands clutched the envelope tightly. When she reached the Echo Pearl, her eyes widened. Tall glass windows, a grand chandelier at the entrance, uniformed guards. She hesitated. A man in a black suit approached. Miss Zanelle, room 604 is expecting you. Follow me. They took the elevator in silence. When the door opened, her heart raced. She stepped into a luxurious suite. There, on a plush chair, sat a man in a beige agbada. His face was familiar but groomed, clean, radiant. She whispered, Baba Ade? He smiled. Yes, Zanelle, it's me. Her eyes welled up. But I am Chief Olumide Balogun, he said, owner of several companies, a philanthropist, a man tired of fake smiles and showy charity. I wanted to know if real kindness still exists. He stood up and walked over. You, Zanelle, opened your door without knowing who I was. You offered food from your own plate and a roof to a stranger. She stood speechless. He handed her a document. This is your new home, and this, he pulled out another folder, is your learning center, a place for underprivileged girls to learn and grow, fully funded, managed by you. Tears streamed down her cheeks. Why me? Because you didn't ask why, you just gave. Zanelle's life changed overnight, from a small room with a flickering lamp to an office with her name engraved in gold. She ran the Zanelle Foundation, providing education, skills, and hope. She hired local tutors, built a tech hub, and even offered evening adult literacy classes. Market women who never went to school began learning to read. Girls who once sold wares at bus stops now learned to code. But she didn't stop there. Every weekend, a van named Zanelle's Kitchen went around Lagos, serving warm jollof rice and stew to the homeless. It wasn't just food, it was dignity. One day, while she was serving food near CMS Bus Park, a woman grabbed her hand and cried, I used to be a seamstress. My husband died. I lost everything. But today, you reminded me of hope. Zanelle hugged her. That night, she couldn't sleep. She looked up at the stars and thought, maybe this is what purpose feels like. On another morning, her phone rang. It was a girl from the center. Auntie Zanelle, I got a scholarship to the University of Ibadan. I want to become a teacher like you. Tears welled up again. The seed she had once nurtured with kindness was now growing forests. Her story spread. TV channels covered it. She was invited to speak at universities. But every time she would say, this is not about me. It's about never underestimating the power of a good heart. Years passed. One afternoon, while organizing files in her office, she found the old envelope. Room 604. The memory brought tears. She looked outside the window and whispered, Wherever you are, Baba Ade, I hope you're smiling. This story reminds us true kindness needs no audience. It flows from the heart and reaches places we cannot imagine. If someone knocked on your door today, would you open it? Let me know in the comments. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Another powerful tale is coming soon. Stay kind and stay tuned.